folks, welcome to the new, whatever the fuck we're calling this show, you know, like who cares about the name anyways. Oh yeah, the Ghetto Chef. So, here we are in the ghetto. This is obvious. And, we're obviously not at the Four Seasons. And, we're gonna make something that's astronomically cheap, well, except for maybe the fish. And taste extremely good. Now we're gonna make a pasta dish called aglio olio. That's what I call it. And it normally has a particular way of putting it together, but hey, fuck the standards. That ain't the route I take. So I've taken the regular aglio olio recipe and created the Ghetto Chef's aglio olio recipe, which I think is much better. So right now we're peeling up garlic. This is fresh organic garlic from my garden, and as a result the fucking peels are like stuck to it like big time and makes it hard to get it out. But this garlic here is from the store, and so when you have store-bought garlic, it's very easy to peel, folks. Just twist. Look, the peel came off. It's that easy. Now my fresh organic garlic is a little different. But we need a lot of this garlic. See all this garlic, folks? It's going in here to be minced up. Where it'll be minced up, here's a bulb. If you're going to use one of these full pastas, you should use about 3 of these bulbs. So folks, we're still cutting up the garlic. You can see my food processor's got like a cup full of garlic in there, and maybe a cup and a quarter is what you should be at. Now we should have done this a while ago, but you know, sooner you get around to getting the frying pan warm, the better. And so we got the frying pan on a medium heat. I don't think you'll ever need to rise it above that. And folks, I got good olive oil, but I wouldn't put it in there. You just put the regular cheap olive oil in there, you know, extra virgin, whatever, you know, it's $5 a bottle. And because you're just using it to, you're gonna alter its flavor anyways. The olive flavor ain't really totally what you're after, but the good olive oil you can use too. It'll taste a little stronger though, and you can be very generous with the oil, as you might notice I have been. It's almost like deep frying garlic, because the oil is part of your sauce, and so depending on how much pasta you want will decide on how much oil you want, because that's the whole sauce is made of oil. And we could actually use a bit more. No harm in that. So our oil's hot now, and we got a cup and a half of garlic. You could have more, but we're getting lazy on the garlic. It's a lot of work, you know. And so here we go. We just grind this up a bit. Pretty fine actually, but still chunky, but a little more than that. Oh, there we go. And see? And then we just toss that in there, that in there, and this, folks, all goes in here. And let me just shake this oil in there. Let's not do that game. And we get a spatula when the pan's full of oil. I'm just so used to shaking the pan.
That's plastic.
Yeah, it should be. This is Teflon. So anyways, there we go. My chef, I guess, doesn't like plastic utensils. What can I say? And but we're in the ghetto, you know, those metal fucking utensils cost money. And I bought this plastic one, folks, 99 cents at the dollar store, so that's a pretty good deal. And oh yes, one day it'll melt on my frying pan or stove, but for 99 cents I can afford to buy quite a few of them. And so now we just allow this to turn brown. A nice golden brown, and that's going to take a little bit of time, and we like it to do it slowly so that juices seep into our oil and kind of take their time. And then when it starts to get a golden brown, we got these onion slices. And basically the rest of this bag is going to go in there. And these things are like just sugar, folks. When you put them in oil, they're really good. So anyways, yeah, you get some of these, you toss them in there, there'll be some good times. And then we're going to cut up some of this. I normally get the perforated little parsley that looks like little bonsai trees. I find it's much preferable. But today we got this one, and hey, it tastes green. Green is green. And that's all we're really looking for. And you could put cilantro in if that's what's available in your area, that's fine. But you know, you don't mix cilantro with parsley because one just doesn't work with the other. So, yeah, we do that. And it's good times. And we can toss a bit of salt in that if we have some. Oh yeah, some salt. I don't know. Salt, you know, in Italian food you can never really go wrong. And so there we go. I don't really use much salt. If you put more you can. I just like a little bit. And there the oil's starting to thicken, so now we can actually shake our pan instead of doing it the gay way. And that's that. That does what it does. We're waiting for it to brown. That's going to take some time. And while it browns, folks, we'll get our bigger pot. I don't know where I bought this one. I see. It's a no-name pot here, so it's nice and cheap. Made in Canada. Holy shit, folks. This pot's made in Canada. Wow, this pot's got to be really old because, well, they stopped making things in Canada about 15, 20 years ago, folks. So, you know, any new pot would be made in China. So that's pretty good. So we got our made in Canada pot where, I guess being patriotic, we didn't even know it, you know? And I bought that thing at, who knows, probably some thrift store for, you know, $1 or something. You don't want to really pay much more than that for a pot. Yeah, so we're browning this shit, and that's going to take probably 5 or 10 minutes. And we're waiting for our water to boil, and that'll take a few minutes. And I like to use fresh pasta, but you know, this stuff costs a little bit of money. And but you can make your own pasta. We'll do a show on that probably someday. And to make pasta is almost free, folks, and it's even fresher than this crap. And it tastes much better. Like you can make a lifetime supply of this stuff for next to nothing, 20 bucks basically. And so anyways, we'll take this because it's fresh. When you put it in the boiling water, it cooks almost immediately. And as we wait for this to brown, my kitchen's kind of chaotic because here in the ghetto they don't give you much of a kitchen, you know. So I got this one little spot to work in. We're going to cut up this stuff here. And something's burning on our burner. What can we do, eh? Hopefully the fire alarm doesn't go off. I hate when that shit happens, don't you? You're cooking up a storm and beep 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 beep. Oh yeah, it's that pot roast in the oven. Oh, I guess we won't be having that for dinner, you know? And so anyways, that's not the scenario here. Something's just on the burner cooking away and it's giving off some smoke. We just keep cutting this shit up and this. Now you can see it's starting to get a nice golden brown. And so it'll still cook while this other stuff's in here, so we'll start adding it. And a bunch of this. Ah, that's good. We want to save some for next time. And then stir it up. And see, I didn't really put enough oil in there, what can I say? But it's still fine. And you get it just brewing nicely, all nicely stirred up. And that's decadence there, folks. It looks beautiful. Got lots of color to it. It smells really good. And it's basically almost ready to eat. And you keep it cooking this time, and we got a tomato here, and so we're going to add our tomato.
Hey, it's not washed.
I don't wash vegetables, let's get that clear.
What?
Yeah. And there we go. And then on top of all this, if you have some good quality olive oil, where did I put it? Oh yeah. Well, then you add it. Ah, that's good. That's about the right amount. And some pepper is always appreciated. Some people like a lot of pepper. I'm not much into hot, so I just keep it about there. Stir it all up again. Yeah, and that's like, you're living large now, folks. You're a high roller.
Let's go.
Okay, folks, so here in the ghetto we only have 2 working burners on our stove and 1 frying pan. And so we need the frying pan for our codfish, which we've already put a few drops of some liquid hickory on there. It's really cheap shit and will last you a lifetime once you've purchased 1 bottle. It's about $3 here in Vancouver, so I'm thinking it's about $1 everywhere else in the world. And we are gonna do something here, and I forgot what it was. Let me think. Oh yeah! Yeah, we're gonna put some oregano in our little mix here. And just use dry oregano. It's much stronger, usually. And we don't need any more water in there, and fresh oregano though can taste nice. We'll have a lot of water come with it. And yeah, I put who knows how much oregano I put in there, but I put it in there. And now it's ready to exit our frying pan, because we need this frying pan, folks, to cook our fish. So, yeah, we'll just put it all in here. I'm gonna try and pour it in. Hopefully this doesn't turn into some disaster. So we got our frying pan. You don't really need to clean it. We're trying to preserve some of the flavor in there. And we got our fish. And we need to add some pepper to the fish. And so there we go. We got lots of pepper. Then we got this Greek seasoning stuff, folks, which I enjoy a lot, and it's like salt and pepper and a few other things, some parsley. And it's brand new, so it's got this cap in there that don't want to come out. Come on, you stupid cap. Holy man, it's such a process. It's like I'm trying to get to money or something. So anyways, we coat them in this wonderful shit, you know. This stuff's just great on fish, and chicken for that matter. And then some salt. So anyways, what can we do about that? And then we got some mustard here. And it's like that seeded kind.
From France.
Yeah, and we get a tiny bit all the way from France. And we rub it into our fishy. Yeah. Just put it all in there real good. So our fish are ready to go in the frying pan, but we didn't get our oil warm first, something you could have done earlier. So then we pour some oil in here, a fairly generous amount. And we let it get warm. This is going to take a couple minutes probably.